What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sel. About to start my first Dynasty rebuild with my alumni, the UTSA Roadrunners. You can see their team right here. Looks like going into the season, we'll have a little over 1,100 Dynasty points for NIL facilities, all that good stuff. You can see our pipelines there: East Texas, Southwest Texas, and North Texas. Look at the stats on the right-hand side. We had 2 conference championships, 5 players drafted to the NFL, no natties, no Heisman winners. We're going to try to change that in this rebuild here. You can see the rivals, Texas State and North Texas. And then our top players, looks like this roster is going to be offensive heavy this year. Will Henderson the third, running back Owen McCowan, quarterback David Amador the second, and AJ Wilson as our starting receivers. Let's go ahead and get to it. Well, real quick, see our AD expectations, be ranking in the top 25 within the next 4 seasons. Again, we're going to try to knock that out this year. Win more conference games than last year, so we won, it says conference wins remaining 5, so okay, we'll just try to win all our conference games and then score at least 20 points in any game. I think we'll be able to knock that one out pretty easy. School grades here, not the greatest. Coach ability B-, conference prestige B+, and then the rest are in the C's and D's. So we're going to try to get some of those up as well. Dynasty blueprint. You can see what we're spending on the staff, facilities, recruits, roster, NIL. So we're going to have to manage that this year in the new CFB 27. So let's get to it. All right, so with this first episode, I think we're gonna just go over the roster, maybe set up the recruiting board, things like that, just to get that knocked out of the way. And then that next episode, we'll go into gameplay. Probably do a game episode, something like that, and then also go over the recruiting week to week as well. You can see in the past 5 years, UTSA hasn't been too bad, 2021, 2022, Conference USA conference champs, and then they've made bowl games each of the past 5 years. So we're going to try to get back up to that 2021, 2022 win percentage or better. You can see the last 2 years they went 7-6, so kind of middle of the pack, not too great, not too bad. Again, made bowl games, but we want to get into that college playoff. You can see, kind of went over this a little earlier, but you see our AD expectations there. I think those are things, hopefully, that we can get knocked out in year 1. If not, then hopefully the recruiting and the transfer portal will be good to us and we can knock them out then. Let's go ahead and sign this contract and get started. All right, let's go ahead and get into this hire staff and manage blueprint to see what we're working with. You can see, again, this year in 27, we got the Dynasty points, so we have to budget that, manage that. So you can see we can hire staff now. Let's see how we're doing. We're 1.5 stars, so we only get 1 empty staff slot. So let's see what we have available to us that we may want to get. Probably not going to mess with any of these platinum or gold. Probably not even silver, honestly. I kind of want to save the money for recruiting, mainly. But we'll see. We'll see when we take a look at some of these bronze ones, what we may want to do. Increase Dynasty points, recruiting hours could be good. Off-season progression increased. Support staff discounts, reduce NIL expectations. I think we're going to do that just because we want to try and get these recruits. We don't have to offer them so much NIL as a small school. All right, so as you can see now, our roster NIL, we can see there the players that are getting the most. Will Henderson, Owen McCown, David Amador, AJ Wilson. Those are basically our best players. The only ones that are really getting a crazy amount are Will Henderson. Even Owen McCown, 110, that's not too crazy. He's a senior, so we want to worry about him increasing next season. Will Henderson may ask for an increase. He's our best player, so we're probably going to try to go off with him this season. Maybe if we get him on that Heisman, in that Heisman race, hopefully. All right, so let's take a look at this roster. Again, we went over those top 4 players already. But let's take a look. We got Owen McCowan. His dad and his uncle were both NFL quarterbacks, so he should have a good head on his shoulder, have some good mentors he could talk to if we start struggling with him. But we're going to go with Owen McCowan this first year. Like I said earlier, he's a senior, so probably in the recruiting, we're going to try to find our quarterback of the future. I usually like to play with quarterbacks that can scramble, so I'm going to definitely try to find a quarterback with some speed on him. But this first season, I'm not going to scramble too much with Owen. 78 speed, not too crazy. Let's look at his throw power. 84, 90 short, actually 90 medium, 83 deep. Throwing power isn't the greatest, but we're going to make it work. Will Henderson, he's going to be our workhorse. We're going to go crazy with him. You can see 96 speed, 97 acceleration. So yeah, we're definitely going to try to get him the ball as much as possible. Brandon Hyde Jr., good backup. And then we always have Amarion Peterson. So we got a couple good backups behind Will Henderson. Receivers, we got Amador Wilson, Jamel Hardy, Madison II, West, DJ Allen, Makai Anderson. You can see speed is okay. Nothing crazy with our receivers speed-wise. Nobody's really super tall. James Madison II, 6'3", but we don't have no big receivers or no real speedy guys, so we're gonna have to try to see what we can do with that. Tight end Miles Campbell, I believe they picked him up in the transfer portal, if I'm not mistaken. Not bad, 81 speed, 84 acceleration. Try to get him the ball in the passing game. Line, see our left tackle, 75 overall. Jesus. Left guard, 69. Okay, center, 79. We got some backups in the 70s as well. Right guard, 77, not too bad. And then our right tackle, 77 as well. Defense, this is going to be the weaker side of the ball for us. See the edges here, nothing too crazy. Yeah, everybody's going to be in the 70s. I don't think there's anybody in the 80s. There may be, but I think everybody's going to be in the 70s here. Linebackers in the 60s, pretty much everybody. Owen Pee-wee. I was like, when Owen Pee-wee's on the team, I call him Pee-wee the Long Way. If y'all are into hip hop, you know Pee-wee the Long Way, the rapper. So anytime he makes a play, I always say Pee-wee the Long Way. Our corners, and we got a lot of corners. Not too great, not a bunch of speed. Thing about me, I like having speed on my team, so definitely in recruiting, these recruits we're going to try to get, everybody has to have some speed on them, 90s and up. You see none of these corners have 90 speed. Then we have Nate Robinson Jr. At UTSA as our free safety. I doubt he is Nate Robinson Jr. from the basketball player Nate Robinson. I don't think this is his son, but never know. And then strong safety. Yeah, our defense is struggling. We're going to have to see what we can do with the defense. Kicker, Michael Petro. Not bad. 89 kick power, 85 kick accuracy. So if we need them field goals, we should be able to knock those out for us. And then our punter, Hogan, I think Callie maybe, Hogan, Jr. from Melbourne, Australia. Okay, nice. Our kicker and punter are both juniors, so we don't have to worry about picking them up. But yeah, that's the roster. What I did notice with the cornerback room, we got brothers on the team. We got Ahmed Chapman and we got Asad Chapman. So that's pretty dope that we got them both in the cornerback room. Hopefully they can have a big season. But we'll go ahead and see. All right, let's look at our schedule. So week 0 is open. Week 1 we got FCS Midwest. So I'm hoping to knock out that first 80 or the first 80 expectation, score over 20 points in the game. hoping to knock that out against FCS Midwest. I don't want to jinx myself and say that should be very doable, but you never know. College Football 27, they did make the computer better. I'm playing on Heisman, so the computer is better, but we'll see. I'm thinking I can knock out that 80 expectation, but again, we will see. Then week 2, we got Texas State, a rival game, I-35 showdown. They have a good quarterback on their team, Texas State. They got Brad Jackson. I've played another Dynasty that I didn't record with my favorite team, Florida State, and Brad Jackson was always in the Heisman race, so he must be pretty good. And week 3 at Texas. It's going to be a tough one. I'm not expecting too much from that, but you never know. We might shock the world and knock the number 7 team off. Week 4, we got Colorado State at the Alamo Dome. And then week 5, we get into conference play, Rice, South Florida, Navy, Tulane. Bye week, week 9, Florida Atlantic, North Texas, another rivalry game, UAB, and then Tulsa. So schedule doesn't look too crazy. Again, we'll see how it goes. I'm not the best player by any means. I like to play this game, have fun, but I am competitive, so I am wanting to win all these games. The only one I'm really scared of is this Texas game in week 3. But there may be some other tough games as well. Kind of worried about this Texas State game as well, because like I said, Brad Jackson, he was always in the Heisman race, so he must put up numbers. All right, they kind of try to play us. Looking at the All-American, preseason All-Americans, of course, and national All-Americans, we have nobody on the team. But the American Conference preseason second team got Will Henderson at third. He's noting that down that y'all put him on the second team, so he's gonna go crazy. So we got him on the second team, preseason All-American, and then we have our punter as well. Nobody else. Wasn't expecting anybody on the defense, just because our defense on the game is not very good. So we'll see. But Will Henderson definitely wrote that down on his whiteboard in his room and put in his notes in his phone that y'all think he's second team. So he's about to go crazy this season. All right, so I set up the recruiting board. Got a couple players on here. Those top 3 right there. We got Juan Kamara. He's going to be our quarterback of the future, hopefully. You can see he's expected NIL is 240, so we're going to have to spend some money on him if we want to bring him in. But you can see he has 92 speed, 89 acceleration. Again, I love running with the quarterback. I like having a scrambling quarterback. That way, if the pocket breaks down, I can get up out of there. So we're going to hopefully we can convince him to come to UTSA. Next, we got David Westerman, 3-star cornerback, 94 speed. So that's really what got me. His expected NIL is 0, so that's good. We don't have to spend too much on him. I'll probably give him a little bit, but hopefully we can get him. We have David Vasquez. He's a linebacker, lurker, 87 speed, so like that. With the recruiting board, we went with a lot of 3-stars. We didn't get a lot of interest from some 3-stars. We went with a lot of 3-stars. Hopefully we can get them. And then we have a couple 4-stars on there. I'm just going to test the waters out, see if we might be able to pick some of them up. But I don't know. I'm going to try to do this recruiting class with the trenches. I'm going to go in the trenches. I think the trenches are important. So offensive line, defensive line. That's what we're going for. So that's why we got a couple 4-star tackles here. We got some guards here, 3-star guards, 3-star center, and then edge, 4-star, and then some 3-stars. I'm not expecting to sign all these recruits. Again, I just want to test the waters. Hopefully we can get a few of them, pluck a few of them out of there. We got a 3-star linebacker, got some mics, 4-star, 3-stars. Again, we're not going to get all of them. I put a 4-star corner on there, and then we got a couple safeties, but yeah, we'll see. We got Jamie Kutavides, so we'll see if we can grab him, 3-star, and then we had to get hometown kid Kelvin Tripucka, from San Antonio, Texas. So we're hopefully he wants to stay home and become a Roadrunner. But that's the recruited class. I think that's going to do it for this episode. The next episode, we'll get into game 1 of this Dynasty rebuild. So appreciate you watching. If you stuck around this long, like, comment, subscribe. I'm new to this YouTube stuff, so I'm learning as I go, but anything will help. So I appreciate it. All right, see y'all next time.